Hi everyone, in this video I want to explain you how you can use levels of support and resistance, but not the way you know it, to quote-unquote predict what might happen without you to see the news and to wait of the news, and mostly to make your analysis much better and more unconventional from what people are teaching you. Because support and resistance, what's usually how you will be taught about it and how you will see it, is that, let's say, price will do those highs and lows, right? And the more you have like taps or highs in the same levels, for example, this will become a resistance. If you will have taps down that touch many times, you will pretend it's a support. The problem with this is that it can become a bit not as precise as you would want, so you will end up to make a rectangle of a zone that will be important for you, which can be fine for many traders, and it's great. But if you look for a bit more precision and understand what actually is important, then you want to look at this. So the way I see the levels, and you can see it on my all X when I count the levels, for example, or when I say that there is a level to be gained or lost, you can go even back to January, where I used to make my analysis on Bitcoin. I was expecting it to go down, and I said that before the news, before Trump did anything about the market, right, we just saw that the charts is really the spectrum of what can happen. If you read it right and you actually take the time to understand how it works as a cycle, meaning that every pattern, every zones that are created are tried and retested. Right, so we could see, and I let you go on the path to see that I was saying that I was bearish on Bitcoin for this year for now, and this is what's happening more or less, and now it's just consolidating into whoever wants to see that, honestly. But anyway, that's not the subject. We want to see at level. So how to see a first level? So how to see a resistance, for example? You want to have, so we are on the monthly charts of Germany 40. This is the asset that I'm trading the most when I was a manual trader. Sorry about this. And now my algo trading is purely on Germany 40 at the moment. You have a bullish candle that is closed, right? The opening of the body is here. The close of the body is there. So two big volumes of opening and closing. The wicks are when price push, but then there is hesitation, there is the bears selling, and there is the bulls buying, sorry. Okay, but what's important for us is the closing of a bullish. If price opens the next month or the next hour, depending of which time frame you are in, is at the same level, or you can also let a small buffer, but ideally at the same level, and then close as a bearish, then the price here created a resistance. This pattern, bullish closing, bearish opening, creates a resistance, okay? And this is directly, and you should assume it's a resistance. Sometimes it gets cancelled right away, sometimes it gets confirmed right away, and this is where you need to be attentive to this. So how can we confirm it? So here we will take the example that and assume that this monthly candle that you have here, which is April, is finished. It still stays 8 days, but for the example, I want to pretend it's finished. So let's say that we will have closed here, we will have seen that price will have tested this area and make a wick onto it after its opening and just reject it. So it will have confirmed us that yes, it is really a resistance. If price will have opened here and went straight down, it will still have been considered as a resistance for us until we touch it and see what's happening. On the other end, if, for example, we have a good example here, you see we have a bullish candle with a bearish candle at the same level that creates a resistance. Okay, so it was starting to be a resistance here. You see, here created a resistance, but the candle just after canceled it and made a lost resistance. Okay, this is what has happened. And now we want to make it so this lost resistance needs to be a support to be gained. And that is why I'm telling you that the market is cyclic. When a resistance is broken, it needs to become a support for the market to find its cycle and its health, you know, like it needs to be healthy in some way through its balance. Okay, so then price goes up. As we can see, we create this resistance that we have here, and the big dump of Trump went until this support of the monthly. So the higher time frame you go, the stronger those levels will be, obviously. And we can really see on the daily that it has been just wicked here. Nothing went down technically, on like it just been tested, but nothing closed below it to make us think that this support is cancelled. But the most important here is that you need this candle to be closed to assume that this become a support. So far, it's still a support to be gained. Let's say that in the next 8 days, we completely dump and close below it, okay? This support is cancelled, and therefore this level becomes expired in that sense, because it's been a resistance, got broken as a resistance, and it got tested as a support and broken as a support. So then it's not interesting. Here, the fact that we wicked the resistance here, and we will assume that this is closed, it is still a favorable and a key level that we want to keep as a resistance. So let's say that on May, we will close above it, okay? We will lose this resistance for what? For a support to be gained, okay? Support to be gained. And once the price go retest it, once it closed above, right? If we wick it and nothing is closed below, okay? If you closed above and it's just a wick, right? Then you confirm the support. And once you confirm the support, you have one of the key level until, and you should keep it until price go retest it and potentially close below. Okay, so this is how you can have really good levels for your analysis and your trading. So for example, here, very good example, we had a bullish candle, bearish candle, and right away this resistance that we created has been cancelled the month after, and we retried the support right away that has been closed below. So therefore this level is expired, we don't need it. Okay, you could technically make a fun game of it to look at the levels that are not expired. For example, this one was a resistance, okay? Confirm the resistance. When we went to try it, it went through right away. So we lost the resistance and we gained the support through this week. So this is an important support that we have here, okay? Same here, for example, on the other side, because now I showed you from the resistance to the support, but here we created a support, okay, after this candle. We tested it, made a wick, and it's confirmed still, and it doesn't move, it's still a support. Understand? But here, for example, this resistance has been created as this one was cancelled. This resistance has been created, confirmed on the month of July, broken on the month of August 2024, okay, with a support. This signal here that you have a support confirmed, you close the resistance, is a super strong key for you to know that you will have go more up the following months, okay? And lucky you, on September, we went to retry and wicked it, and we confirmed that this resistance was gained, okay? Once you see this, then you know that you are going the right way. Here, resistance created, okay? You just need to wait. And the nice thing with, like, let's say this resistance, it was broken here. So let's go on the replay mode. And if you will look at the lower time frame, what you will have need to wait is to see, for example, let's see, this was November, price went through it. No, let me check. I think it was, let me go, because this is monthly, so let me look at daily, my bad. You will have wait for it to see a support, right? So let me, sometime I get lost. This was October, so I need to look at November. Well, that's what got me lost here. So we see that November starts to go down, and it was resisting and playing around. So your goal here at this moment would have to, if you wanted the bullish situation, would have been to wait price to broke it on the daily, so that was towards the end, and then support it. So here is your signal, we broke it, support it on the daily, and then you have your signal that you can take a more long position depending of your strategy. Obviously it's you who build it. So here was a signal that price was playing around the level. You don't have to touch it, you need a confirmation on the lower time frame, and then you're good to go. Therefore, after, you see what has happened. Okay, I hope this was helpful. So here technically we have this resistance still that I will keep. Okay, and now we have this support to be gained. So now we are at this point where, yes, Trump made it dump, but what it also made us understand is that now we are playing towards the range, and this range is still quite large for us on DAX, right? But until we don't close above this or below that, we don't have a clear direction of where the German index will go for us. So that's where, for me, I will, for my algorithm strategy, it doesn't matter. I can take trades no matter what. But as a trader, if I'm looking at long term, there is not a direction per se made for me to take interesting trades, because don't forget, as a trader, it's like you will be, for example, flipping watches, flipping anything that will make you money. You want to buy it at a good price to sell it at a better price. It's exactly the same for trading. You need to spot the good discounts and to sell it at better price. And so far, on the long term, if we close like this, we will need an action between those two levels for us, above or below these levels, for us to take a right decision. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.